Tiva v'chatima tova, wishing you a healthy and happy, sweet new year. This month that we find ourselves in is the month of Elul. It's the last and final of the 12 months of the Jewish year. And it's this powerful month of spiritual stock taking. Like any other businessman, successful businessman, takes time at the end of every quarter or every season and makes sure to analyze how he was and what he can use improvement on. So to us, in our spiritual service of God, we also take this powerful moment, this last month of the Jewish calendar year, and take time to focus inward on our midot tovot, on our character development, and to work on our relationship with our Creator, the God Almighty. We're told that during this time, God is found amongst the people. Melech basadeh, like a king, while he's in the palace, he might not be so accessible. When he comes out at numerous times throughout the year to meet with the farmers and the simple people, he is accessible by anyone who wants to reach out. All you have to do is to take that initiative. It's a very powerful month. Many people take the time to check their mezuzot and their tefillin. They make sure to give extra charity throughout this month, and customarily we say extra psalms of Tehillim, and we blow the shofar. When we blow the shofar, it's an awakening call, a sound of a child crying, which resembles and resounds within us, our inner child. When we hear the shofar, we are awakened to remind ourselves that in truth, we are God's children, and any parent loves their child regardless of their actions. So too, when we blow the shofar, we are reminded that we want to lashuv, teshuvah, melashon, to return, in the same language, to go back, because we naturally are good. When we blow the shofar, we end off with one last story of a great king. And this king wanted his son, the prince, to become the next ruler of his nation, of his people. And he gave the son the opportunity to go and travel amongst all the townsfolk, to spend years abroad. But unfortunately, after spending a lot of time abroad, this beautiful prince fell into the wrong spheres of influence. And sure enough, after many, many, many years like this, the prince realized, it's time to come back to my father. He knocks on the gates of the palace, and sure enough, the guard looks at him and realizes and looks at this man in tattered clothing, not even speaking the king's language. And he says, I am the prince, I am the son of the king. And sure enough, this individual, this powerful guard of the king, says, you don't look like the prince, you don't sound like the prince, you don't smell like the prince. And this prince breaks down into tears, and while he is crying, his father, who is walking in the orchard, the royal orchard, hears the child's cry, and even though it sounds perhaps a little bit different, he realizes, every father realizes the cry of their own child. And this too, when we blow the shofar in Rosh Hashanah, we are reminding God that it's true. Perhaps we might have sinned. Perhaps we took the wrong steps throughout the year that made us perhaps further away from the palace. But nonetheless, we are God's children, and God takes us back with the ultimate embrace. And this is the idea of teshuvah. So without further ado, I will blow the shofar. Let's take a moment to think about our inner child. Wishing you and your family a Shana Tova Umetuka, a healthy and sweet new year.